Aloha, Magnum fans. Welcome to Dress Like Magnum. Today we're going to be talking about the very first Hawaiian shirt that Magnum wore on the show. So let's go have a look. Okay, so starting at the beginning, most of the shirts, Hawaiian shirts that Magnum wore on the show were made by a company called Paradise Found. Um, and it's located in Hawaii. It's been around a long time, and they're still around. Um, The early ones were rayon. As far as I understand, they made them out of rayon, which is a nice, light, breathable fabric. And then after a while, over the years went by, I don't know if they switched or just started making a lot more cotton ones. And now it seems like they're back to more of the rayon ones. And that's kind of as far as I understand it. But the early ones, I think, were just all rayon. And then for a while there, they just made a ton of cotton ones. So when I started out with these, went to the Paradise Found website, bought some of them. And you'd wash them. Rayon, I don't know if you have much experience washing rayon, but they don't come out of the washer that well. So they didn't really travel well either when I'd like take them like to the beach or something and wear them. So what I did was I figured, okay, they made cotton ones for a while. Let me look on eBay and look for the vintage Paradise Found Hawaiian shirts, and they had a bunch of them. So then I kind of shifted over to buying just the cotton ones, and they traveled a lot better. They're a lot easier to care for, just kind of held up a little better. They weren't quite as thin. But I could never find a green one like this. So what I did was I found out they came out with this, I think around last year or so, and I went ahead and I got it because I just love the green. I figured, okay, I can handle one rayon one. When I washed it and everything, this one actually looked a lot better. I think there are some differences than the earlier rayon ones I bought even like 3 or 4 years ago. For one, the collar here is just a lot thicker and stiffer. So they've done something to the collar so that it actually comes out of the washer. It's not all wrinkled up. It's actually straight. So they've really improved that collar. And everything else just seems to line up pretty well too. So without a bunch of wrinkles, what I mean. So this one actually came out of the dryer looking like this, which actually isn't bad. Opinions may vary. But honestly, the secret is wash it, throw it in the dryer, and then when it's just a little bit wet, take it out. And if you do, it'll come out looking like this. And I think it's pretty acceptable. I don't see any really huge wrinkles or anything on it. That's just me, though. Everybody has their own standards. So then I was like, wait a minute now. They really upped their game. Their collars are better. They come out looking really good. They're not all twisted and stuff like the old ones used to be. So I figured I'm going to shift over to rayon because rayon just has a different sheen to it than cotton does. So then I kind of rebought all the ones at Paradise Found in rayon, and I've been happy as a clam with it. I mean, they just come out looking good. The collars look so much better. You don't have to worry about ironing or anything or steaming it out. So this one I call the GREEN Star Orchid. If you go to the website, go to Paradise Found website. They have a very nice website that's very easy to get around. I think they call it the Star Orchid Rainforest. So here again, go to Paradise Found, look for the Star Orchid Rainforest. And they actually have several colors of these because Magnum wore several colors. And they're doing a good job now about kind of coming back with some of these ones that he wore on the show. I mean, the red jungle bird one's been around forever. That's the one you see all the time, the red one with the parrots on them. But I was just waiting for this one. I was so glad when they finally came out with it. Again, Magnum PI, we dress like Magnum. We always talk about is something an exact match or close. Close is basically pretty much identical. You've nailed it. Close is where it basically looks like it might be a few details missing. It's still in the spirit of Magnum, but you're not quite there, but it's okay. It's acceptable. This one I'd have to say pretty much is an exact match, although I do want to say that there are a couple differences between this one and the one he wore on the show. For one, the pattern isn't as tight. By that I mean if you watch the show and you see this green one pop up that he's wearing, you're going to find it's got a lot more orchids on it. So it's just filled with orchids. It's almost like they took the pattern, they just kind of stretched it out on the computer. And so it's a little more sparse with the orchids. And his is just tightly packed with a bunch of the orchids. The other difference with most of Magnum's Hawaiian shirts is the collars. If you look closely at the collars on the ones he wears on the show, they're more tapered and pointed. and they're longer. So they're longer and more pointed and tapered, almost like those disco shirts back in the 70s, or those leisure suits, the collars on those. That's a little similar to the kind that he wore on the show. So I've been unable to find any vintage Paradise Found Hawaiian shirts that even the collars ever look like that. So I don't know if those were just special made for him on the show, but that is a big difference. And not really, the end of the world or anything, but it is noticeable if you get looking at it. So next time you watch the show, just kind of look at the collars of his Hawaiian shirts. You'll find they're much more tapered than the ones here. These are just kind of short and kind of stubby like that. But hey, they still look really good. So this shirt's made of rayon, has bamboo buttons, which I really like. They hold up well in the wash because I've had some of these shirts for a while. Washed them a lot. They hold up well. So yeah, really the only big differences between this and the Magnum is the pattern is a little more stretched out, not as many orchids, and the collar's a little different. But other than that, hey, I'm going to go ahead and call this an exact match. Because basically you're going to look the same. Most people aren't going to notice those small differences. So here again, if you want this shirt, like I say, it's one of my favorites. Just go to Paradise Found, look for the Star Orchid Rainforest, and get you one. And wait for a sale if you're going to buy a bunch of them. I don't wait. Sometimes they have like a beginning of summer sale, and you can buy 3 or 4 of these because I think these are running. I think I said like about $79 or so. So they're not really cheap. And just get them, and when you wash them, just take them out of the dryer when they're just a little bit damp, and they look really fantastic. Or catch them before, the dryer stops and everything's clumped on top of them. They get wrinkled. Because rayon does wrinkle very easily, but it looks so much better than the cotton ones that I had. So I definitely opt for that one. So, all right, until next time, aloha.